The famed five rings came calling the following year when the Summer Games went to the Finnish capital city of Helsinki. India were trounced by eventual runners-up Yugoslavia, but they would come back in a bigger way 4 years on in Melbourne. Drawn against the home nation in their very first match, there were bound to be some butterflies in the stomach, especially for a 20-year-old taking his first steps in big-time football.
1956 में हम फोर्थ आए हैं, ओलंपिक में फोर्थ हुआ, हमने ऑस्ट्रेलिया को मारे। आज जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया 4-2 मैच जीता था, फिर बुल्गारिया के साथ हम यूगोस्लाविया के साथ हार गए, वो भी लीड कर रहा था। जो यूगोस्लाविया से हम 10 गोल हारे थे 52 में, वो टीम को हम लोग लीड कर रहा था 72 मिनट्स तक 1-0 में। मगर दुर्भाग्य हम लोग उतना तैयारी तो उतना बहुत ही अच्छा था, फिर भी उतना एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था।
Now for me the important part of this India's performance in this tournament was that against all the countries, including Yugoslavia, which was then a communist country and played their full World Cup team, this is often forgotten. The three semi-finalists, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia and Soviet Union, played the teams which played in the 1958 World Cup. And Yugoslavia were a quarter-finalist then also. We led 1-0 till the 70th, 75th minute. Because of the follies of the All India Football Federation, domestic football used to be for 70 minutes. And Salam, who was one of the central defenders there, has so often told me this, that, you know, by the 75th minute it was very difficult to cope. They were just not used to that pressure. And we conceded goals in the last 10 minutes.
Neville D'Souza plays fantastic. ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ हैट्रिक किया और इसका साथ एक गोल, क्या गोल मारा, 3 दफे फिराया डिफेंडर को, लास्ट डिफेंडर को 3 दफे फिरा के प्लेस किया, देखने का लायक इतना। आई वाज टॉकिंग टू मिस्टर ग्रेग चैपल, डू यू नो मिस्टर चैपल, वी हैव बीटन ऑस्ट्रेलिया 4-2 एंड डू यू नो द सेकंड मैच ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने चैलेंज किया था 56 में। अब जानते हैं सिडनी में मैच हुआ, बोला इंडिया को हम तो मार देंगे, रिजल्ट जानते हैं, वी वन 7-1, 7 गोल मारा। I scored 3 goals, I still remember. It's a fantastic match. Samar Banerjee scored another 3 goals. Fantastic match. In Sydney on that evening we are massacred.
These steps lead up to the house of an Indian sporting legend. Neville D'Souza vanquished a mighty Australian team virtually on his own, standing out in a talented Indian team that was playing its 3rd consecutive Olympics. True to his nature on the pitch, Neville left us with his memories when we least expected him to. Today we remember India's Olympic hero through the words of his wife.
The 56 Olympics, I didn't know him, I didn't, because we were married in 62. Oh my, the stories that he's told us. I did see in 56, because my brothers were here, they've gone to Australia now, and they used to be football fans of his. So they used to talk and I said, who is he talking about, this Neville D'Souza? But in 56, his photograph came, a small one in the Times, and I remember, and my brother telling me, this is Neville D'Souza, see he's scored a hat-trick and he's got the cover page, I mean he's got it. And then gradually, I always used to tease him. I used to say, I'm sure that's your first love and I've been the second. Because he was every Sunday at the Cooperage, even after we were married, the day after we were married, he was captain of the Indian football team. And he said, well look, I said, oh my gosh, I made arrangements for us to go to Bangalore for our honeymoon. But he said, anyway, I understood that had to be done. Oh my God, he says there's nothing like the Olympics. It's something, he says, to be there and to hold your, to sing your country's anthem and the flag, and it's something, it's a dream.
One of Neville's closest friends was John Charles, himself a legendary name in Mumbai football.
He was a centre forward and he was basically right on the top of the field. His peculiarity was that he would, if he accepted a pass in the box, people used to always say it's a goal. It's going to be a goal, because he was that good at putting that ball across.
When they went to Calcutta for the selection, there were a lot of players from Bengal who wanted to push in their man, but Rahim said, no, I want D'Souza to score that. and he did so well, he sort of. But he had a great regard for Rahim. So a wonderful man from Hyderabad as well.
The fabled 24-year-old left a lasting impact on Australians both on and off the football field.
He told us an incident when he was, for the Olympics, when he was travelling in the bus, a normal bus in Melbourne, and all the school children were there. So they got talking to them. They said, "Oh, you're from India?" "Yes." And he got talking particularly, and he said, "But we heard that Indians live on trees." And you know, the little ones. So he said, "No, no way." He said, "Indians, they're very smart and clever. They can sing, dance." "Can they sing?" He said, "Yes, I'll sing for you." And he sang, there was a very popular song called Ke Sara, Sara. It was a popular one that time. He sang it, those kids were so stunned, he tells me, they just couldn't believe that an Indian boy is singing Ke Sara for them on the bus.
There was the sports specialist, you know. He was Dr. Willie Maisel, if I remember correct. And he, after that Melbourne Olympics, after seeing the Melbourne Olympics, he chose a world team on his own, just for the sake of people knowing what the world team was. And he included Neville D'Souza in that team.
Then came that fateful day, March 16th, 1980.
Unfortunately, he had this heart attack when he was only 46 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So that came as a setback, and you know, at the age of 46, you know, a person like that going is very difficult to, you know, take.
Once he went on the last was the trip to Kashmir, he took the Bombay team, national team. After that, when he came back, his health was very bad. And then it went down slowly, and of course he didn't tell us about it. If he did, we might have done something. And gradually, you know, till the end came, rather quickly. But it was in the Olympic year when he passed away.
60 का टीम बहुत तैयारी था, और नया जनरेशन आ गया तब। जर्नैल सिंह आ गया, अरुण घोष आ गया, चूनी आ गया, बलराम आ गया। बलराम 56 हमारे साथ 56 में भी था, एक कंपाया गुजर गए हैं कुछ रोज पहले, वो भी था। क्या टीम था हमारा। So that players, they gave everything.
India returned to Olympic football at Rome in 1960. European giants Hungary and France joined India and Peru in a demanding group from which only one team would qualify. The Indians went down fighting, scoring in each game and even holding France to a 1-all draw. It proved to be India's last dance at the Olympics. But coach S.A. Rahim had his sights set on conquering Jakarta, the venue for the next Asian Games.